Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to Miitopia. Sort of, kind of. So, yeah, if you may notice, escalating with me. And that's because we have both been extremely busy. And we haven't been able to record together. I just dropped my Joy-Con. But we haven't been able to record for a while now. And it's annoying. And I didn't want to disappoint you another week. So while I try and find out ways to record with him, I thought, since we got tired, and I got things to do, why don't we talk about the Miis? See, what I'm using is not my main account, but rather my Let's Play account. You know, the one I use for a lot of my recording stuff for solo projects. But I can't have multiple saves on anything else. This means that I've had to create a lot of the Miis myself, because I can't import them, because it doesn't have, internet. I'm not paying for a Nintendo Online again. No. So yeah, every Mii is handcrafted. And I don't want to spoil too much, but I thought it would be interesting to sort of go through how I created some of these, sort of how they look the way they are, and also some of the horrific fails I made when making some of these early on. We good? We good. Okay, so without further ado, let's begin. So starting out, obviously humans are some of the easiest to make. Moth is a good example of that. Really all you have to do is pull official art, sort of look at the face, and try and match things up. And that's usually easily done in the Mii editor, since you've got all the eyes, all the eyebrows, mouth. The only one, of course, favorite color. The one that really people have problems with is the hair, and that is where the wig comes in. The wig in this game has a lot of good options, from messier back areas if you want to create something like Sonic, some great fringes if you want to partially cover people's hair. They're all very good. Sometimes you can't get it exactly accurate, like with Rosalina here, but usually they are the easiest to make. Of course, sometimes you'll create something like this, and the game won't show you, meaning it'll just end up like that. But, who cares? At least you made a pretty product, right? Sometimes we're making characters like this, who haven't come up yet, but, spoiler, I guess. Sometimes you need to add a bit more, which is where makeup easily comes in. You can change a lot. Cheeks, for example. I can move these how much I want. I can size them up or down. There are even options to specifically change the color of the nose, making it as red as I want without having to touch the skin. Of course, in some cases you also have to add things like the mask, which I managed to find in other. Sort of, at the very least. See. I had to add this in the glasses layer, but the mask itself was just, a mask. So I had to add the circle and the sort of spikes at the end myself. I will say though, this is one of my favorites to look at. Just from a design standpoint, I'm so glad how that one turned out. Ganondorf, you rarely get to see, so this is a chance for me to show him his full design off. I'm, again, very happy with how this one turned out. I'm just so sad that it's just the Dark Lord, so you never get to see his whole thing. Captain Falcon here, of course, I used some glasses to cover his eyes up. Sort of made him look a little better. Pac-Man's a weird case. See, to make those little pack eyes, which technically it should be facing the same way, but we don't go over that. I had to add these two small little, you know, wedges to cover the eyes and make it look like the actual pack dots. I also had to change bits about the lipstick, but that was extremely easy because I was just a tongue. And here we have my very first whoops. Sonic. Yes, people might recognize this. And why it's a problem. Note, this is a very good tip if you want to make your own sort of me lookalikes. Lipstick. Do not use that for lipstick. For lipstick, will move along the mouth. Meaning it's fine like this. It's fine like this. Not fine like that, because the mouth moves. Every other thing is fine. But the minute the mouth has to change expressions because it has this lipstick, everything is removed and you get this abomination. As I've seen in a couple things, Piranha Plant is one of the me's I made. And his eyes are actually like on the very edge of the screen, as you can see. I basically decided to cover them up with dots to sort of, you know, so it looked like he doesn't have eyes, but he genuinely does. Pinkie was a very interesting case because I admittedly started to run out of characters to put in these things, and I was like, well, who's a good female I can create? This was before Pyra, Mithra, and a lot of other characters came in, but Pinkie was the one I decided to make. I managed to get her eyes the right way, and I sort of went with this nice little ghostly design. It wasn't much, but hey, it's I like to think it works. But now I think we're gonna come to possibly the main event of one of my greatest things, Incineroar. Which, speaking of, I'm going to do that after so long. But, actually, while I'm here, as you can see, Incineroar was extremely basic, just from the outset. Like, that's nothing. That does not look like Incineroar, that looks like an angry kid with slightly red eyebrows. And then I turned it into this. How, you may ask? Well, a lot of makeup. Of course the eyes were an interesting edit. I didn't really have to change much, all I had to do was change their positioning. So, as you can see, the entirety of that yellow line was completely etched out of its own shape. And it's hard to tell that because the eyebrows lovely mask it. Like, beautifully mask it. Of course, I changed the foundation to black. I changed his nose a little bit, but not much. Even because he has no nose. But all the rest of the work happened in the sticker phase. Because the new thing with stickers is, unlike everything else, they go underneath everything. And if you want to make me's, like me, you're gonna be using this a lot. For example, for making that massive stripe on his head. Made up of that, as well as this here. This was a sort of thing to make the eyes look a little better. But like, you can see just the sheer amount of blocks it took to make that small bit on the bottom. And make it curve. I also had two little cat ears to make it look a little better. And of course, a lot for the whiskers. Marx is one of the latest characters we had, and I was very much debating whether I should put something on him. But, all I really did was change the eyes. A little bit. Which is something you can do. If your eyes are like slightly weird, two of the best things you can do, put a dot in them, because it makes it look anime, and then you can sort of get a color gradient using one of those. I also added two little teeth to the face. And in other and sticker, I did the bow tie. I was very heavily debating on putting the hat on, but then I remembered the genie had a hat anyway, so what was the point gonna be? The answer is nothing. It was gonna be pointless. And here's Ghiraham. Ghiraham is one of the characters I wish I could have turned into a main character, but I forgot about for like the longest time. Also assist trophy, so couldn't be a main protagonist. But still, genuinely one of my favorite characters to make. As you can see, his eyes are actually made up a little bit. The main thing I did was I gave him two sort of circles to make up his eyes. One for like the little undershadow and one for the actual white. Because if we actually go to it in me, you can just see he's very basic. Of course I changed the hair in thing, and I changed a little bit of lipstick. But I also added a wonderfully shaped sticker right here to act as an ear, and that to act as his little sort of hanging brace. I'm very happy that that one turned out. Others I'm not so happy how they turned out. Toon Link was always going to be hard because I was never going to be able to get the hat right. But this one really bugs me. I'll probably, like, there's a reason I'm not making him a main character. He's just there to fill out the roster at this point. I might fix him later with an actual hat, but I don't know yet. And here we come to one who I haven't done much with yet. But I was making the other day and I just wanted to briefly show up. Ladies and gentlemen, Isabelle. Now the hair herself is something I'm sort of proud with. I try to get that sort of Belle look, and I think I managed to get it decently. But her makeup is a little bit pure art. For one, you can tell, her eyes are actually, you know, that. Of course I did cheek. Her eyebrows are actually not ones made. I had to manually do that to sort of give her that look. And then of course you have the three stickers to sort of act as her mouth. As you can see, other than the eyebrows, it actually works pretty well. And finally, let's look at the very celebrity-ish character, Steve. Why Steve? Because it's Steve. Yeah. Really, most of his stuff actually was... I say most, all of his stuff was literally easily doable in the main thing. The beard, the eyes, the thing. I think the only thing I didn't make up was slightly change his hair color. No! No, what have I done? What have I done? But yeah, Steve is genuinely one of the easiest ones to have made, because I really didn't need to try for that one. And finally, I think I'm gonna speak about Mr. Game & Watch. Because Game & Watch literally was the easiest to do in a main thing. Or at least easiest to get the look. Because really all it is two masks, which, you know, are just the circles for his eyes and mouth. But if we just go right at me, that is what he looks like underneath. Looks like a hollow shell. Is actually kind of creepy. But yeah, that is all the me's. I'm willing to chill for a little bit. Who knows? Maybe I'll do another of these at some point. Or maybe I'll just scrap this one. I don't know. But either way, that was fun. So, I'm Shana. You guys have been beautiful. And next time, hopefully we'll actually get a Miitopia video. Okay? Okay. Bye.